I actually haven't told anyone my goals for the rest of 2023 yet. So you boys are going to be the very first people to find this out. I'm usually quite secretive about my goals because I don't believe in, telling everyone what you're trying to do in your life. But in order for me to build this community, in order for me to build this family of young, honourable men, none of this like smoking cigars in the most expensive lounge, trying to sleep with the most women whilst wearing your Rolex type shit. No, I'm talking fatherhood, family values, how to be a man of substance in this world, because this is something that I believe it's lacking in the content. Like nowadays, all of this content online in this whole space is just so geared towards like how to be high value, top 1%. And I just think it's all cringe. I think it's all unrealistic and it's not what really makes us all happy. So in order for us to build this family, I need to be as transparent with you as possible. And that includes telling you my goals, telling you where I'm trying to go with my life. And this might be something that can motivate you, can give you an idea of someone that's maybe got the ball rolling a little bit. What kind of goals do they set? So I've got three main focuses, and these are three areas of my life that I want to focus on improving as well. And these are getting my money back up. So if you don't know my story already, right? When I was around 20 years old, so I'm 23 now. When I was 20 years old, I started my entrepreneurial journey when I was 17. And by the time I got to 20 years old, I was making 6 figures a year. And I made it for around two and a bit years. And I got my income up to making around $14,000 in a month for a good 3 or 4 months in a row. And I got extremely complacent and my income just crashed back down. I got to a point where I couldn't even pay my taxes off because I'd spent so much of my money. And it was just looking kind of crap. I just crashed. I literally just went up so much. At one point, I had 100,000 in my bank account when I was like 20 years old. And it just all came crashing down, basically. So now I'm in the process of literally building myself back up. Not from scratch, because I've got the knowledge. I've got a few things here. I've got my theme page business still. But yeah, so one of my focuses is to just get my money back up, man. Now, the second area of my life that I want to massively focus on for the rest of this year is improving my mental and physical health. I've had so many sort of physical problems, mental problems over the past year or so. It is kind of self-inflicted, you could say. Poor diet decisions, not working out when I should, not meditating, not looking after myself, basically, just neglecting myself and just getting myself into this massive rut. And only now in the past few months, I've actually started to get out of that rut and kind of see the other side. So that is definitely one part of my life that I want to focus on because, as I said, your mental and physical health impacts every other area of your life, whether you like it or not. So if you can look after that to the best of your ability, then the other areas should actually start to fall into place. And the last area is just acquiring as much knowledge and wisdom as I can for the rest of this year. Now, as I always say, knowledge is not power. Knowledge is potential power. It only becomes power when you actually put it into action. So this is not just going to be me researching and just getting all of this knowledge and doing nothing with it. It's getting the knowledge, applying it to my life and teaching you guys, implementing more stuff into my life and just basically just trying to live the best life that I can possible through the knowledge that I've learned and implementing it into my life. I actually break my goals down into 2 sections or 2 tiers. I don't have like just one big set of goals. I have tier 1 goals and tier 2 goals. Tier 1 goals are goals that for me are mandatory. These are things that are going to be life-changing. All of my goals are going to be life-changing, but these goals specifically are the ones that are going to have the biggest impact in my life. These are the goals that when I look at them, they just sort of light a fire in me. These are ones that are like, I need to achieve these. These are musts. These are mandatory. Tier 2 goals are goals that they will also bring a change to my life, like I said, but if I don't achieve them, it's kind of like, it's okay, but I would still like to, and I will push to achieve all of them, but it's just not mandatory. It's more of a want than a need kind of thing. Because realistically, you cannot prioritize 10 or 15 goals at a time. When I was like 18 years old, right, I would literally set like 10 to 15 goals and try to achieve all of them. I'd maybe achieve one goal out of that list of 15. So doing it this way into tiers is in a format where I can, prioritize these 3 or 4 things here, then I have another 4 or 5 goals here that I would like to achieve but aren't mandatory. They're not a priority, but maybe I achieve these goals here first and I'm like, okay, now I want to focus on these secondary goals here. Anyway, boys, that's enough waffling on. Let's just get right into these goals, man. So I've got these goals wrote down here, separated into tier 1 goals and tier 2 goals. And we're going to start off with the tier 1 goals now, okay? So the first of the tier 1 goals is to make $10,000 in 1 month. As I said earlier in this video, I have already made $10,000 in 1 month before, like 3 years ago when I was 20 years old. Now I'm 23. I haven't made that much in like 3 years. I made 10,000 in one. I think my best month may have even been around 15,000 in 1 month. But for around 3 or 4 months, I made over 10,000 and then I got complacent and now I'm sort of starting back at square one again. But by the end of this year, I want to be able to make $10,000 in 1 month at least once. And the way that I'm going to do this is going to be through my rap theme pages. I've got 2. I've got a UK theme page and a US rap theme page as well. And also maybe from this YouTube stuff. I don't know what's going to come from this maybe. I can find some ways to monetize this as well. And all of that combined is just going to get me to that $10,000 in 1 month mark. Now, the second goal is to reach 10,000 subscribers on this channel by the end of this year. I uploaded every single day for 35 days, but I kind of got burnt out, and I've learned from that now. I think I'm actually going to go back to uploading every day. I'm not going to lie, because I felt like I was in my zone, in my element, uploading every single day. So I'm definitely going to go back to that. Maybe now, I think maybe even now, I'm just going to start uploading every day again, because my channel was growing at quite a good pace, and I'm able to tell you guys quite a lot, get a lot of things off my chest, tell you guys a lot about my life and my teachings and things that I've learned, knowledge in here. And I get better on camera every video that I make as well. So I think 10,000 by the end of this year, so 6 months to get to 10,000, I think is very, very, very realistic. So that is my second goal. The third goal in tier 1 is to reach 1 million followers on my 60 seconds of rap Instagram. So if you don't already know, if you go on Instagram and search 60 seconds of rap, that is my account, and I started it in like 2017 from zero. It was just like a hobby in the beginning, and I managed to start monetizing it, working with loads of brands, labels, and all this kind of stuff. And that was like the main thing that got me to 15,000 a month in the beginning. And I got so complacent with it, I wasn't making the content that I should have. I just wasn't being that consistent. I just was fucking being lazy as fuck pretty much. So now I've sort of figured out a way to grow really quickly, and that is through Reels, making just these like edits to grow quite quickly. You can check out the account for yourself and see what I do. But yeah, I'm on around 700,000 followers, so I need to grow 300,000 in 6 months. But because of the rate that I'm growing at the moment, I think I'm on that trajectory. I have to push a little bit more, but I think I can definitely get to that. And that will help me monetize more. I could charge more for promotion and all of that kind of stuff as well. And then the last goal in tier 1 is 300,000 followers on my UK rap page. At the moment, I'm on just over 100,000 with the UK rap page. I've always had a little problem with the UK page though, where I've always liked US rap music a lot more than UK rap music. So whenever I try and do the UK one, I'm just sort of like, if you're into music, you understand that there's this genre of rap music called drill music, and it's just really violent, and I've never really liked it, to be honest. It's just not my type of music. The beats and that are cool, but just what they're talking about is just not really. And if you live in the UK and you know who listens to drill music, like the type of people that you hear, they're like cruising in their car, driving in their car, listening to this drill music, it's just kind of cringe. It just makes people think they're just way harder than they actually are. It makes them feel like they're like some bad boy or something. It's not me. So I've always struggled, but I think now we're sort of coming out of that, the other end of that, and we're starting to get back to the more, you know, Afro bashment kind of melodic kind of music, and that for me is a lot more enjoyable. So I need to grow that account 200,000 by the end of this year, but I think I can do that as well. So those are my 4 goals. You've got $10,000 in 1 month, 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, 1 million followers on my US rap page, and 300,000 followers on my UK rap page. I'd usually set some kind of like TikTok goals and whatnot, but the reason why I don't make any TikTok goals, because basically what I do is I repurpose my Instagram content onto TikTok. So it takes like 2 minutes to do. And through that, I've grown my US page's TikTok to literally 1 million followers. And I don't go on TikTok. I literally do not use TikTok. I go on there, upload it, and go off with it. And through doing that, I've grown it to 1 million. So I don't really make goals for that because Instagram is mainly my priority. For theme pages anyway, just the way I do the theme page stuff is, I think Instagram is a lot more powerful for that. So now let's move on to the tier 2 goals. Tier 2, we have the first one, which is to weigh 170 pounds. Right now, I weigh around 155 pounds. I think I actually got up to 160 pounds. When I started on my fitness journey, I was 6'1", weighing 120 pounds. Like, I'm going to put a picture on my screen right now because some of you haven't seen it before. This is what I used to look like. And I've gained 40 pounds of mostly muscle over the past few years. I've been going to the gym for maybe 5 years now. So I've been going for quite a long time. I'm not massive. I'm nowhere near where I want to be physique-wise, but that means I would only need to gain 15 pounds by the end of the year. But the reason why this is in tier 2 is because, as a lot of you might know, when you're trying to bulk up and put on weight, eating, 2,500, 3,000 plus calories, it's literally like a part-time job. So it's not easy. So yeah, so weigh 170 pounds is going to get me closer to my goal. My dream physique weight is probably, if I was to put an exact number in it, I'd say probably 185 pounds, but that's going to take a while because I'm not trying to do this bulk cut shit. I prefer to just do like a lean bulk where I can just stay lean the whole time pretty much. So my second tier 2 goal is 150 videos on the channel. Now, this kind of ties into a lot of my like the subscriber goal as well, because if I upload more videos, there's probably increased chance of me getting to the 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So that sort of speaks for itself. I don't really need to elaborate on that one, so we're just going to move straight on to the next one. So that is 150 videos on the channel, right? Actually, I will say I'm on around 40 videos on the channel at the moment, so I would need to make around 100 videos in the next 150 days, which I know for a fact I could do because I just sit in my car and just spit game pretty much. That's all I do for these videos. So the next tier 2 goal is 1,000 Discord members. Right now, we actually have around 50 members in our Discord. So if you do want to join that, it's free. Link is in the description. We're just building like this whole family community of honorable young men or guys that are on there, just their journeys of self-discipline, self-development, spirituality, just everything, man. We're just trying to be honorable, trying to be young men that are living a very fulfilled life, you could say. So yeah, link for that is in the description below. But I want to reach 1,000 Discord members. So 1,000 of us in there just every day, just talking, chopping it up, you know, spitting game, giving each other tips, keeping each other accountable, just the whole thing, man, everything. I don't know how realistic that goal is really. I sort of just said it because I feel like I have 350 subscribers at the moment and around 50 Discord members. So if I get to 10,000 subscribers, then surely I would be able to have 1,000 Discord members going by the same sort of ratio correlation upwards. Now, the next goal is to travel to 3 countries. Last year, I traveled to 3 countries. I went to Sardinia, which is an island just off the coast of Italy. It was really nice. I also went to Switzerland and I went to Amsterdam in Netherlands as well. So those were the 3 I went to last year. This year, all I've went to so far is Cape Verde. I think me and my girlfriend are planning to maybe go to LA in the next few months, but we'll have to see if that comes into fruition, because that, yeah, going to LA from the UK, like on a whole, you know, 7 days, 10 days kind of thing, it costs a lot, man. You're going to be spending like £2,500 per person, maybe more. I don't know, because I haven't really properly looked into it. So that's something that I'd like to do, but I'm not sure if I will be able to go to LA. But either way, I want to go to at least 2 more countries this year, because if some of you, before I was with my girlfriend, I'd never actually traveled to another country before. Like, I'd never went abroad. Like, that's mad. I'd never been on an aeroplane before I was with my girlfriend. Then I started my business, made a little bit of money. And, you know, she really wanted to travel. I wanted to travel as well. It's kind of scary when you haven't traveled before. But once you do start to travel, your mind is just kind of open to the beauty of the world and all of these different cultures and perspectives. It's just amazing, man. Traveling for me is the only time where I feel like legitimate, true freedom. I feel like I'm actually living life right now when I'm traveling. When I was in Cape Verde the other day, we went on a quad bike tour around some sand dunes, and we stopped at one point and we got to run up and down in these sand dunes, and I was literally running in this. I'll put a clip in here right now of me doing it, yeah? At that point, I felt like I'm like a travel YouTuber. I'm just traveling around the world doing what I want to do. I felt true freedom there. It was just amazing. So I definitely want to do more traveling, travel to 2 more countries. LA has always been a dream of mine because, as I said before, I've ran these rap pages for literally years and years, since 2017. So the past, 6 years, I think. And my main page has been US. So all of the people, all of my clients, all the people that I've worked with have all been from America, the people that I speak to on a daily basis. All of the culture is just all America, and I've never been there. All grown up, you play GTA as well. I want to go to LA so I can see that shit. I don't play GTA anymore, but I just want to experience it, man. Go to the Santa Monica Pier and go to like that, the Muscle Beach, go to all of these places, man. Now, my last goal, boys, I am literally telling you everything here. This is something that people will not share with you. People keep this so close to their chest and they will not tell you if they have this problem. But mine is to pay off my taxes. Now, because my money went down so much and I had to like spend a lot of money bailing a lot of people out the shit and whatnot, I didn't have enough money to pay my taxes. So I've had to set up basically monthly installments to pay my taxes because I got so behind on them. And that payment is literally around £900 every single month. So $1,000 every month I have to pay towards tax. So imagine you have that burden on you, literally $1,000 a month out of my bank account. This thing right here is stopping me from being able to move out. I would have put move out by the end of this year on my goals, on my tier 1 or tier 2 goals, but I can't, or I feel like I can't right now because I need to pay this tax stuff off. People won't tell you this, but I'm telling you this because I need to be as transparent as possible and tell you absolutely everything that's going on in my life, the things that I'm struggling with, and this is something that I'm struggling with right now. I'm going to get this paid off, but it's a process, man, honestly. I hope you've been able to get some kind of value from this video. You know, when I was starting out on my sort of self-improvement entrepreneurial journey, I wish there was more people out there that would share their kind of goals, what they're actually aiming for, because everyone, as I said before, just keeps it so close to their chest. You know, it's nice to see what kind of goals other people set and how they structure their goals, because you've got the areas of your life that you're trying to focus on, then you've got the tier 1 goals and the tier 2 goals. So if you want to join me and a lot of other young guys that are on their journey to becoming young, honorable, respectful and successful men, the link for that's going to be in the description below. Another way you can join our family, our movement, is to subscribe to my channel. You know, I'm going to be uploading every single day now. Like from today, I'm going to go back to daily uploads. So expect to see another video from me tomorrow. I think around 6 p.m. UK time, or 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you've got this video today that I've just put out. I'm going to put another video out tomorrow, and the next day, 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 man. Anyway, that's it, man, from me. I'm out.